Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 32 minutes, so around half of the proposed time that we're supposed to train. And it's going to be more like a quarter of the time because my brain is working at half speed due to the fact that I just finished my dinner. But I had a really long list of things to do, and I realized yesterday that I need to prioritize these in chronological order if I want to get everything done. And somehow I'm actually managing to stay on schedule. So I've just been working like a train, and that's why I'm even doing this stream now instead of after my chess lesson at 9:15, because I reckon I'm just going to be too tired at 10:15. And yeah, actually there's some stuff I still want to get done. For instance, I want to film some more of the speedrun videos. I even want to try play some rapid to start warming up seriously for my London Chess Classic tournament. And I'm also taking a brief retirement from bullet chess as well, because I actually hit a peak a couple of days ago, reaching 2678 in bullets. But I realized that actually it doesn't really help anything. Like it probably does long term, but short term, whether I manage to grind to 2700 or whether I just settle for a new peak of 2678, it doesn't make enough difference to pursue the grind to 2700. So it's much better if I start playing either blitz or rapid and just analyze a lot of my games. That's gonna be a lot more effective. So that's gonna be my plans later, but for now let's do a very short woodpecker session to just start getting sharp. Okay, let's keep going. So how many more? We've got 11 more to go on the intermediate exercises. Probably not getting that done. We'll try our best. Okay. Black to play. We got queen, rook, bishop, knight against queen, rook, knight, knight. We got 1 to 3 4 5 6 against 1 to 3 4 5 6. So what is going on? This king looks very close to being toast, just because the queen and the knight are so close, and we even have a rook that can fly in. In terms of our king safety, ours looks a lot better. There is this knight that's potentially ominous. Also this rook, but actually the bishop is doing a fantastic job of holding this all together. What about piece tension? There's some tension here, some tension there, some tension like this. Pressure on this square. I keep interchanging the words pressure and tension. I think tension should be when the pieces are facing off each other, and pressure should just be when it's one way. So I've really got pressure, pressure, pressure. I've got some defense. Loose piece, loose piece. Only defended by queen. Okay, so what is there anything else I need? Like tension, loose pieces, x-rays. You see how I literally do this every other day, and I don't even remember the steps of evaluation. I think this is the hard part of improving as an adult. It's just I don't know, I guess it depends on the adult, but if you've let's just say if you've drunk enough as much as me, then probably there aren't too many brain cells left to improve. So x-rays, queen. Okay, I mean, of course we can improve, it just requires more work. That's what I'm trying to say. So okay, queen is on the line of king. Anything else? Bishop x-ray over here could be relevant somehow. So okay, let's just start calculating. So what checks do we have? We've got queen check, queen check, queen check, knight check, rook check. What about captures? Knight takes, queen takes, queen takes, rook takes. And what about threats? Maybe this is a threat somehow. Maybe this is a threat somehow. Probably not. But actually that was one of the things that I was reviewing with my coach, that I was missing like these kind of backwards knight moves. Like these really weird looking knight moves, but once you actually think about it, like actually makes a lot of sense. So basically you need to start thinking of more moves like this one, which I would never normally think of, but just need to start considering them. I guess this is a threat, potentially. Maybe rook here is a threat. Alright, that's as good as I can do so far. So let's start with our checks. Knight f4 check is very forcing in the sense that the king has to move. But after that, not so clear. So maybe I want to leave that for later. What about any other checks? We've got queen check here. They just take, and there's nothing, right? The knight is still defending. This is loose even. Queen check here, the knight can take. Looks like nothing. Queen takes here, the knight can take. Also, in other news, I'm still playing in the World Shogi League for Team GB 2. And we've actually had the most insane season where in our group of 10 teams, we've actually won every single match. And bearing in mind, the teams are made of 3 people, and you don't really get draws in Shogi. So it's always winning 2-1 or 3-0. And we've managed to win every fixture this season. But going into the final round of this tournament, I mean, we're on 8 out of 8, so we've already won the league, and we're going to get some really cool training games against professionals as a reward for winning the league, and we'll move up to Division C from Division D. But this final round, we're playing the team that's in second. And I believe they're getting promoted regardless anyway of the result. But the match is currently tied 1-1. And it all comes down to me whether we can finish the season with an absolute immortal 9 out of 9 completion, or we lose the final round and there's no real consequence except that we don't finish on 9 out of 9. So I've actually got a very huge pressure game this Saturday. So I actually need to look at a shogi position, because it's been... I don't think I played last month, so I think it's been like 2 months since I've actually looked at shogi. So... yeah, better get my act together. On paper, the guy I'm playing is slightly worse than me. I think like the gap is probably like me being like a 2100 and them being like a 2000 online ratings, obviously. So they're still good. They're still good. Yeah, okay, got completely distracted there. I have no idea what's going on anymore. So, okay, we're looking at checks. What about this rook takes? Anything at all, just after knight takes. I mean, now we can give this check, but it still doesn't feel like we've done anything to make this better. So, okay, what about the captures? Capture was the check, also a check, also a check. Any other captures? No, so is it really a threat? I mean, what threats did we have? We had rook here. I don't even know what that does. What threats do we have in this position? That was a knight one, but they can even chop. I mean, the rook is loose. Is there a way we can somehow exploit this? So maybe it's just knight f4. I mean, I said I'll come back to it if I can't see anything. So knight f4. I feel like king h1 is a decent try. I wonder if queen here is a threat, but maybe that's annoying. Yeah, I gave up on the other line. I just couldn't see it. As I said, brain is working at quarter speed today. What about this capture? Did I even look at this? Like, why didn't I look at this? Because this actually looks kind of good. And then queen e2. And then a rook comes in. Is there a follow-up? Not that I can see. Also looking at rook takes, knight takes, queen e2. I have no idea, guys. Absolutely no clue. I'd probably do Patzer sees check, Patzer plays check with knight f4. Genuinely don't know. Yeah, as it stands, I'm going to have to go for that. I just don't see anything else. Unless bishop here? I mean, that was one of my candidates, actually. I just forgot. I think we're running out of time, so... yeah, we've got to try it. It is knight f2, but how? So knight f2, knight takes f2. Then what? Oh, it is to do with this rook. Oh, why can't I put 2 and 2 together? I think this is where the focus comes in, right? Because it took me so long to get from evaluation to playing a move. I had literally forgotten that the rook on a1 was loose. So knight takes f2. The question is, do we want to go rook f2, king f2, queen d4? Or do we want to go knight f2 and just queen d4 immediately? Well, queen d4 immediately, they've probably got rook f1. So I think after knight f2, we should probably sack king takes, queen d4. King moves and we take the rook. But then then we've got queen and bishop against queen and knight, and we've won a pawn, so that's probably good. Aye. It's so weird, like I feel like I didn't even calculate this as a capture the first time round. Then I did see it as a capture, and then I didn't see enough. So just poor all round. Instinct is just to take the knight. Can we not do even more though with a move like queen h3? What is rook f1? I mean, this is way too fancy, but maybe it's actually good. And then now take. So they'll take, we take, and then they take back. So there's a question if we want our queen on this square. I probably want the queen on this square. I think the queen's slightly more flexible here, and the king is still exposed here, so I think just take it. Okay, knight takes e4 is also a reasonable advantage for black, but then for some reason we don't get the alternative because this book is yeah, we're not going to use the word I was going to say. So okay, yeah, knight e4 now. Oh my god. Yeah, no. Belly pork brain is not delivering. Is not delivering. I think this is also the first day that I've got my sleep schedule back on track for the first time in weeks. So maybe that's also why my body hasn't quite gotten used to it. But I'm really determined to like get the sleep on track, get the food on track. Just get everything on track in the build up towards this tournament especially. So white knights are stepping on each other. Black uses solo knight for offensive purposes. Black is a clear advantage, but Spassky managed to draw. So Korchnoi messed this up. Yeah, and if king rook f wait, rook f2 as compensation. Oh, for the same reason. Ah, so that's actually very similar to my line. Oh no, that is my line. I thought this was looking at rook takes f2 first. No, this is saying knight f2. Oh, knight f2, knight f2. Rook f2. Got it. Okay. Welcome, bunch of people in the chat. A couple new people as well. So welcome, Rando. How's it going? And welcome, Chess Infinity. Nice dark mode lead chess profile you got there. Welcome, Fast. Didn't get a notification. Crazy. I guess it's the first time I'm streaming at this awkward time. Not too late, not too early. Knight f4, only thing I see. Actually, knight f2 might be good. Nice. And Faz was in with the knight g4. Very nice. Remy says play c3. Legend. Always play 1c3. So welcome to the stream. Are you enjoying c3 Venom? And by any chance, have you got the Gurgnitz, of course, as well? Are you enjoying that? Welcome Pranay as well. Welcome Gloin, if I didn't say welcome already. Yeah, so rook f8, bishop f8, knight f3, bishop h6. I don't know what line you're talking about, Faz, with the rook f8. Yeah, no, this was good. Yeah, let's actually have a very quick look at the engine. So my panic move was knight f4, which really wasn't great, and indeed king h1 was the move I had most doubts about. And I did think at least I can go back and think again, but it looks like white can try something different. Yeah, knight f2, knight f2. Oh wow, queen e2. Queen e2 is what I was saying, right? I actually calculated this and I said there's nothing after rook f1. No way. Oh, this is the line that Faz was talking about, maybe? No. Bishop h6. Unbelievable. I would never think I've got time for this, but actually, like, the knight can't move because of the queen, and the queen can't move because of the knight. Okay, what about after bishop h6 a move like queen e3? Ah, but knight's being hit immediately. Oh my god. I wish I could be disciplined enough to look one move further beyond the end of which my intuition says to finish. I know it's a very, very famous piece of advice. Like, wherever you feel like you should stop, just force yourself to look one move further and you will see so much more. But yeah, it's just like, I think as a person, I like to work very efficiently, right? And efficiently is kind of like doing the bare minimum to get the job done. And having to calculate one extra move is like, you know, inefficient because most of the time it's not going to be useful. But there will be those occasional times where it is useful. Which is probably why my life elo is probably also not like a GM, but a bit lower, right? Because like I'm not calculating as much as I should. I'm not taking it seriously enough. So anyway, we're getting off topic, but you get my point. I think it's just very unnatural to me to have to put in an extra bit of effort for a reward that's just not gonna happen that often. But when it does happen, it's very useful. So maybe I should just get into the habit, because there is the point as well that the more you calculate that one extra move, you also just get more consistent at calculating, and then actually that one extra move will no longer be one extra move because you'll be so used to calculating that one extra move. You'll just be calculating more in a shorter space and shorter energy frame. So yeah, probably worth doing. I mean, I can try it for this one. And be very miserable as I'm doing it. But yeah, let's give it a go. So okay, we've got rook, bishop, bishop, knight, 1, 3, 5, 6, rook, bishop, knight, rook. So they've got an exchange up. Rook for dark squared bishop. We got 6 pawns against 5. So we got 1 pawn and a bishop for a rook. What else is going on here? I mean, we've got bishop pair, their king is extremely weak on e5. Our king is extremely safe on c1 because not only is there no queen or dark squared bishop, it also has a window to d2 if it gets really hairy, like some rook g1. So there's no back rank, is my point. So I would 100% take white here because we're not that much material down and the compensation looks humongous. We do not want to trade because that would actually maybe justify his king. And he's also got a lack of development as well. Anything else to note? Well, there's some pressure on this bishop. We are defending it. This knight is clunky. Pawns helping control some squares around this king. Knight is diagonal away. Bishop might be able to help. Bishop might be able to help. Rook might be able to help. So, I mean, we might be able to sack something if we've got a follow-up that leads to mate. So, let's consider our moves now. What checks do we have? We've got bishop c7, bishop f6. We've also got rook d5. We've also got f4. Any other checks that I'm missing? No. Okay, what about captures? Do we have any captures in this position? No. We don't have a single capture on the board. Okay, what about threats? Do we have any threats? Maybe bishop g5 in the sense that it kind of tries to prevent the king from running. Maybe knight here with the same idea. Actually, let's just quickly look at this because this is just completely winning on the spot because we are threatening. No, that's not checkmate. The king actually has squares. I was thinking like, you know, if this is like really strong, right? But it's probably not even strong. The king still is. Oh, but you never know. You never know. Something like this could crop up, and then that's actually checkmate. It's kind of insane. So okay, there's all kinds of things to look at. So let's just start with our most forcing moves, just in case. So let's start with bishop f6. King will take, and do we have a follow-up? We can do one check. The king keeps running back. Really don't believe in it. So okay, what about bishop c7? Bishop c7. They've actually got two squares. Let's say they go to this one. Not quite feeling it. I mean, maybe we can try hunt it down with this check. Maybe that's not so bad. If they go to e7 and they give one more check and they go to e8, I feel like they're kind of getting safe. So I don't really like that. What about the check? Here, if the pawn take with a knight and we just do not have enough to mate. Don't think so. Okay, so any other checks? f4 was a check. If they take with the king? Take with the king, maybe rook f1. Oh, rook f1. Ooh. If the king comes to e3, that's not the only square. They've got e5 as well. But if they come to e3, surely there's a mate here. Oh, what's the mate? Maybe I can brink mate. Now I'm thinking in shogi terms. Like, can I actually box the king in and then have forced checkmate on the next move? f4, king takes. Rook f1, king here. Because they've got this escape, which is very annoying. Like, I'd love to be able to play the move like bishop f6 and just force, like, rook f3 mate. But then they might have, like, bishop here. But then who cares, actually? Can't we just take it and the next move we play rook f3 with checkmate? So I think that wins, actually. Hold up. f4, king takes. Rook f1. They can't go to any of these squares. So they have to go back to king e5. But then what? Don't know. So maybe, okay, maybe it's a move order thing. Maybe f4, king takes, and bishop f6 first. Such a shogi move, bishop f6. And then we're threatening this rook f1, king e3, and then rook f3 mate. So f4, king takes, bishop f6. What if they go like bishop h3? I guess I can go rook d3. Still trying to threaten this mate, but then they go bishop g2. I can go rook g3, but I don't know. There's even bishop h1 or something. It's probably something else there. So close to working. Very close to working. Maybe I should have a quick look at my other candidates, but it really does look nice. f4, king takes bishop f6. Bishop h3. Is that literally the only move to stop mate? I think it is. I think it is. f4, king takes bishop f6, bishop h3. Rook d3, bishop g2. There must be something here. I mean, rook g3 is probably winning, right? Because at the end there, we hit the bishop, and we're also hitting this because the bishop's on the knight as well. The only question is, can they move their knight somewhere? Maybe like knight e6, because then their rook will be defending their bishop, and their rook also defends like this. So maybe it's not winning. It's very annoying. There are no captures. There were some threats. This was one of my original ideas. But I mean, the king can even move. But maybe then you give like a check or something, and then you win quickly somehow. Nah, f4's got to be right. F4's got to be right. I just can't calculate it. I feel like bishop f6 is right, but maybe bishop f6 is the mistake then. I think f4 has to be winning. F4 has to be winning. f4, king takes f4. Is either rook f1? What other candidates do I have there? Do I have any other checks? Knight d5 maybe? f4, king f4. Bishop f6. Bishop h3 is so annoying. So annoying. I mean, we're playing f4. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it and just pray. I play in a real game. I play in a real game and just be like, I hate myself for playing this style of chess, and that's why I wouldn't have this in a real game. But I would probably just play it and hope. Alright, so the big question is, what's the follow-up? Rook f1, we already established that bishop e3 is lost. We should probably double check it. But rook f1, king e5, we didn't find a solution to. That feels like the priority. Bishop f6. Bishop h3. Rook d3. Bishop g2. Okay, more candidates, come on. Need to make sure I don't miss my chess lesson. What about rook d3 first? Can I change the move order? It is annoying how you can go king e5 back. But I'm kind of in a similar spot as before. I really feel like cutting this off makes a lot of sense. Is there any other move I can play to cut this off? Or is bishop f6 literally the only move? I guess bishop c7 is possible too. Where if here, I guess we can still do the same and threaten this mate. So if bishop check and they can't go here, they've only got one square then. They've only got a king here. And actually the king feels kind of stuck. Maybe we give a check. If they go king f6, and they're kind of running back again. Bishop f6 has to be right. It's just blind. Just blind. Hold on a second, let's be very concrete. Like, after rook d3, bishop g2, rook g3, where can I actually go with a knight that's good? Let's say knight e6. Does it really work for him? I think it does. Yeah, no. I'm really stumped. Rook f1, king e5? Could that be a follow-up? Yeah, at this rate, this is going to be the last puzzle. I don't think we even did 5 puzzles or something. Just getting stuck on this one. God. What about a move like h4? Could h4 be useful to control this square for some kind of check, but it's just so slow. Bishop f6, bishop h3, what is the move? It's a damn move. I swear, if Axel Smith doesn't give a satisfying answer to this one. Oh my god. The belly port brain is struggling. It's really struggling. It feels like we've been on this one forever. Like, why is the timer not down to 0? Is that how long I like go off on tangents that actually thinking this much without breaks is how it actually feels? Oh god. I really want to cover this square. Bishop c7 definitely not working. King g5. Because after king g5, I don't want to allow this, right? So maybe that's the point. Maybe I want to play like bishop here. Maybe. Something like h5. Rook check king here. Bishop f6. Or just rook f1, but rook f1 is king e5, I just don't see it. Okay, calculate further, right? So rook f1, king e5, let's say bishop f6. I dismissed because of like king d6 or something. But is there any benefit? I think I'm gonna end up timing out on this one. Bishop f6, bishop f6, bishop f6, bishop h3. I swear if it gives bishop f6 and just stops. Oh man, I don't know. Bishop f6, bishop h3, that's the only move that's troubling me. Rook d3, bishop g2, it looks so ugly. Rook d3 now? I think I said that already. But... yeah, running out of time. Also need to go do my chess lesson. So we're going to go bishop f6, which is incorrect. And bishop c7 is wrong. Sorry, bishop c7 is right. Let's see who got that in chat. Oh, that's a nice line, Bob, to pin the knight at the very end. So that's like f4, king f4, rook f1, king e5, bishop f6, king d6, and rook g1. Yeah. Maybe instead of king d6, maybe king e6 is better then. But maybe you can then just throw another check in, which would then work. Okay, good night, Pranay. Trady, I'm like 2,000 FIDE. Yeah, thanks very much for the recommendation. Sounds like a great course. Okay, good advice for you, Faz. Glad to hear it. Bishop g5, knight e6 is annoying. Okay, some people thinking bishop f6 is good. Ah, welcome Rory, how's it going? I've also been doing Woodpecker to prep for Classic, but I'm about 350 behind you. Ooh, exciting. I better keep this up then, before you catch up. How do we feel about bishop h3, rook d6 instead? Right, so this is basically, okay, if I can go back. Yeah, this was saying like play bishop f6, bishop h3, and rook d6. But the thing is rook d6 has no threat because the bishop's on f6, right? That was my issue. Okay, you said never mind. Yeah, rook f1, king e5, bishop e7 looks good from JF. Interesting. Welcome Frizz as well. Yeah, so it's a really tricky one. For everyone who said rook f1, you're as good as Spassky, so that's pretty nice. King e5 was my issue. Bishop c7. And did I not look at this and felt like they were just getting away, like king e6? So king e6, bishop c4, king e7. Oh, there's rook takes f7. And creates a decisive threat of rook e7 check, followed by bishop g8. You need to see this far if you chose rook f1. Funny Axel Smith should say that, given he doesn't make any comments like this when he cuts the variation short halfway through most of the time. But never mind. The main threat of bishop f6 with the idea of rook f1 is stopped by bishop a3. Yeah, actually, maybe this was a really poor practical decision from me, because I couldn't see a way through after bishop f6. And I also couldn't see a way through after rook f1, but maybe rook f1 has more promise, like it's more forcing. Bishop h3 is just as forcing, I don't know what I'm saying. I need to go in a couple minutes, so, okay. What was the move? It was bishop c7. So let's see if we can just quickly clean up here. So I think I had the idea of bishop e5 to try and escape. I mean, cut the escape. Then for some reason I just dismissed it. And now I have no idea what that reason is. It actually looks quite strong. You're threatening this check, maybe. Yeah, and there's not even like king h6, but then bishop f4 is made. So is bishop e5 just a move? But I swear I looked at this. And then I just declined it. Maybe I didn't look at this. This actually just looks really good. Yeah, let's play. I'm in a rush. Rook g1 first. And what if they go king f6 back? Don't tell me e5 is winning. Then just king e7, bishop d6, king e8. I looked at something like this. It doesn't work. Why not king f6? Let's see if king f6 is played. Yeah, king f6 is played. And I've got 1 minute before I need to be gone. God, 1 minute on the clock? I fucking flag. There's no way. There's actually no way. I actually flag in this position. What is the move? I gotta give a check. Yeah, just flailing. There's no way e5 wins. Just king e7. How is this winning? I have zero intuition here. Negative intuition. Like, how is the king not just getting completely safe? I don't get this. Do not get this. Because even if we, like, sack this somehow and open this up, the bishop can always block eventually, right? So... Nah, this is... Oh, unless we're giving the mate this way. Somehow. Honestly, God knows. God knows. I have to be gone, guys. My lesson is starting now. Oh, we just give a random patzer check and it's somehow correct? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? I don't get it. Yeah, this is stupid. Utterly ridiculous. Rook d1? I actually don't know. I don't even see anything, even at this moment. 94. Yeah, 94. Brilliant. Okay, guys, I've got to go. But thanks for watching and thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we will keep up the training on Monday. See you then. Okay, bye. Oh, Friday. Today is a Wednesday, not a Thursday, which would still make no sense. Okay, see you Friday, guys. Okay, bye.